Have you ever seen a house that looks awake, not alive, awake, as if something behind the walls is watching you, blinking slowly in the dark, waiting for you to blink back? Most people walk past places like that without noticing, but once, just once, you catch the lights flicker inside an empty room and you know something's wrong. Tonight, we're going inside one of those places, a house where nobody lives, yet the lights turn on by themselves. And trust me, what those lights reveal is much worse than the darkness. Welcome back. Tonight's story is one of the most unsettling encounters I've come across. It's about an abandoned home, one the town tried to forget, where the lights don't just flicker, they follow you, they respond, they beckon. Over the next 20 minutes, you'll hear every eerie detail: the first sighting, the strange behavior inside the house, the warnings ignored, and the final night that forced the truth into the open. So dim your lights, or don't, because by the end of this story, you might wish you had never turned them on at all. At the edge of Willow Creek stood a house forgotten in time. Peeling paint, clouded windows, a sagging roof that looked exhausted from holding its secrets. People passed it every day. Every day it stayed dark. Until one evening, a delivery driver named Daniel noticed the upstairs bedroom glowing faintly at dusk. A soft yellow light, warm, strange, almost inviting, except the house had been empty for 11 years. He slowed his truck. Maybe a squatter had gotten inside. Maybe a renovation had started. But when he looked closer, the light flickered twice, almost like a signal. He told himself it was nothing. But as he drove away, his side mirror caught something terrible. A silhouette standing still behind the curtain, not moving, just watching. The next night, the house was waiting for him. Daniel wasn't the type to scare easily. He mocked ghost stories, dismissed horror movies, and always said the living are scarier than the dead. But when he drove past the house again, everything changed. It wasn't just one light this time. Every single room glowed with a pale, sickly yellow light. Not warm, not comforting, like the lighting in an abandoned hospital, with something hiding just outside the glow. As he approached, the lights flickered in sequence, one room at a time. Following his truck, he slowed down. This is stupid, just bad wiring. But when he stopped at a red light, he turned and saw the lights turning off, one by one, starting from the farthest room, moving toward the room closest to him, like something was walking inside, coming closer. The next morning, he told the story at a local diner, expecting laughter. Instead, the place went silent. Even the silverware stopped clinking. The oldest waitress, May, put down her tray and said, "That house doesn't like being ignored." She told him about the family who once lived there, a mother, a father, and their young daughter, Lily. One night, the house was found empty, doors locked from the inside, dinner half prepared on the table, lights on in every room. No signs of struggle, no explanation, just absence, like they stepped into another place between the walls. After that, the lights began turning on whenever someone walked by, always following, always responding. Daniel asked, "So what does it want?" Major shook her head. "No one stays long enough to find out." But Daniel wasn't like the others, and the house knew it. 2 nights later, curiosity pushed him back to the property. He parked at the curb, grabbed a flashlight, and walked toward the gate. The moment his foot touched the path, the porch light flickered on, then the hallway light, then the living room, as if the house was lighting a trail, leading him deeper. He pushed the front door open. The inside smelled like dust, trapped for decades, air that hadn't moved in years. He stepped in. Immediately, the lights behind him shut off. Every single one. The lights ahead turned on, one by one, inviting him forward. His heartbeat echoed in his ears as he followed the trail. At the staircase, the upstairs lights blazed to life, and there, at the top landing, stood a small shadow, child-sized, still as a statue. "Lily?" he whispered. The shadow didn't move. The lights snapped off, all of them. Darkness swallowed him. Then, with a soft click, the light above him turned on again, and now the shadow was closer. The lights began to strobe violently, and in each flash, the shadow moved, sharper, its edges forming something almost human. A whisper filled the hallway, not from one direction, from everywhere. "Stay." Daniel stumbled back, his flashlight flickering uselessly. The house vibrated, the bulbs humming like a furious hive. Then the light steadied, and that's when Daniel saw them. Not one figure, three. A man, a woman, a small child, all standing perfectly still, all facing him. Their shadows stretched across the floor toward him, not like normal shadows, but like hands reaching. Daniel broke into a sprint. The house reacted instantly, shutting off the lights behind him in explosive cracks of darkness. He ran down the stairs, through the hallway toward the door, and the porch lights flickered rapidly as if they were trying to trap him inside. He threw himself out the door and didn't stop running until he reached his truck. When he looked back, the house was silent, dark, empty. And then the upstairs bedroom light blinked on, slow, deliberate, almost like a wink. Some places don't forget what happened inside them. Some places remember too well. So what really happened in that house? Were the shadows the family reaching out? Was something else wearing their shapes? Or did the house itself become alive, hungry for anyone who stepped too close? Daniel never returned. The town pretended nothing happened, but the house still stands at the end of Willow Creek, and some nights, drivers swear they see a glow in the upstairs window, a single light turning on by itself, like the house is still awake, still watching, still waiting. If you want more stories that keep you up at night, make sure you like this video, subscribe for more, and share your theories in the comments below. And if you're feeling brave, pick another story from the screen. I'll meet you there in the dark.